everyone, it's Amber from The Sensible Mama. It's 5 Ways Wednesday, and today I'm going to go over 5 ways to help you decide if the KeriKit Thea Weekender bag is right for you. If you saw last week's video, I did this for the KeriKit Thea backpack, and I used something called the F.U.S.E.D method to help you figure out whether or not that bag was right for you, and I'm going to be doing the F.U.S.E.D method again on this bag. The F.U.S.E.D method is something that I came up with to help you kind of decide what features of the bag would work for you or wouldn't work for you so that you can figure out if the bag is something worth investing in. F.U.S.E.D is an acronym that stands for Fit, Use, Structure, Expense, and Durability. So today I'm going to go over those 5 areas, talk about how each one of them apply to this bag, and hopefully by the end you'll have a better idea of whether or not this bag is the one for you. Before we get into it, let me give you a brief overview of this bag. This is called a Weekender bag, and that's because it is probably the biggest bag offered by KeriKit. It's designed to either be a very big diaper bag or else a carry-on or weekender bag for mom. Frankly, I've been using this as a diaper bag and I've really enjoyed it. Now, last week the bag that I showed you only went backpack style, and now I've gone the complete opposite direction. This one goes every way but backpack style. So you have rolled tote straps, which I will talk about in just a minute, and you also have an included messenger strap that can be either shortened or lengthened depending on whether you want to go crossbody or messenger style. The bag features bottle pockets on both sides with a magnetic closure, as well as a big zip front pocket and a very large compartment right here in the back, which serves 2 purposes, which I'll get into in a minute. So let's go ahead and dive right in, starting with the first component of the F.U.S.E.D method, and that is fit. The fit of the bag is all about how it is worn on the body. Now, like I said before, this bag does not go backpack style, so you really can only choose between using the tote straps and the included messenger strap. These tote straps do feature a rolled handle, and I used to not be a fan of the rolled handle until I started realizing a very, very important trick. These things can tend to slide off of your shoulder. It's just any kind of short handle like this can slip off. But what I recently discovered is when the handle is rolled, you can push one handle over the other and it sort of locks it in place. I find no slippage with this bag whatsoever, which has been fantastic. And the other thing that I love about this is that I can put this over the strap of my full buckle carrier and actually baby wear and carry this bag over the shoulder using the tote straps. Now, as you can see, I am 5'5" and I'm a kind of petite person, and this fits pretty well over the shoulder for me. I will say though, if you are a little bit curvier than I am or heavier set, you might find that this is too short of a strap here for going right underneath the crook of your arm like this. But I will say that this rolled strap is just about the same length as a Be Classy rolled strap. So if you can wear the Be Classy over your shoulder, like underneath your arm, you should be able to use this one as well. If going tote style is not your thing, you do have a very nice messenger strap that comes included. This whole strap is not full leather. There's actually a canvas kind of material that a piece of leather is sewn on top of. So I personally feel that that adds a little bit of comfort. It just sort of keeps the leather from digging into your shoulder. It provides a little bit of padding. This attaches to D-rings that are over here on the side. So when you wear this crossbody, the bag actually picks up like this. If you have it all the way full, the bag will stand up quite a bit more this way and look a little bit more like a Lily Jade Megan. I think we have really good variability of length on this messenger strap. As you can see, I have it set to about the middle setting, but I can move it all the way out to the longest setting, and it is really long. So the tall mamas are not going to have a hard time using this bag, I think. I can't even keep that in the frame. Very, very long. If I put this over the shoulder, it hangs down past my knees, and I'm 5'5". Here we are on the shortest setting, and when I put that over the shoulder, it hangs right about at my hip. And again, at 5'5", the shortest setting is probably right about where I think most people would want this to lay. Now, this bag is a little bit on the heavier side, just like any leather diaper bag out there. It weighs just a little over 3 pounds fully unpacked. So that's gonna be something to think about when considering fit. I feel like if you're not the kind of person that can handle, for example, a Be Prepared, you might have a hard time with this one as well. Now that we've talked about fit, let's go ahead and talk about use. If you're not familiar with the weekender style of bag, this is a bag that's really supposed to be able to transition for you from diaper bags to using it as a purse even for travel and carry-on. Probably the very coolest feature of this bag by far is something that has become pretty trendy in bags of this style, and this is the fact that this bag actually has 2 zippers in the back that allow you to put this over the handle of your rollerboard luggage. So as you can see, I just unzipped this top zipper, and underneath the bag right here on the back side, there is another full zipper. And as you can see, I can fit my hand all the way through here, so that this way I can actually slip this over the handle of my luggage and carry it through an airport with me. I'm gonna go ahead and say that as far as use goes, I don't think a lot of people are going to use this as a standalone bag. Like, I haven't tried packing this up yet, but because it is even smaller than the Jujube Weekender, which I will show you in a minute, I had a hard time packing all my stuff into the Weekender. And this one being slightly smaller, I just think this would be a hard bag to use for a weekend trip, especially if you're going by plane. But one thing that I love to do when I'm traveling is to carry my rollerboard and check that bag, and then have a carry-on like this with essentials, like worth of 2 days of clothes, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, and all that stuff. Just in case my checked bag gets lost, I at least know that in my carry-on bag, I have enough stuff to get me through until my luggage is found. So in terms of travel, whether you are going through an airport or getting in and out of your hotel when you're checking in and checking out, this is going to be so convenient because you can attach it to your luggage and not have to worry about it. So that's one way of using this bag, is definitely for travel. Another thing that you can use it for is just as like a mommy bag or a purse. And the reason why I'm pointing that out as one way to use this bag is that there's kind of a cool feature here. As you can see, when you have the messenger straps attached, you have 2 D-rings that are kind of loose right here, and these flop up when you're using the messenger strap, and they sit down flat when you're not using it. So you can actually carry the bag just with the tote straps, and it works just fine. But some people might find it unappealing that these little dog ears over here stick out. So a very cool feature of this bag is that there is actually a little button right here where you can pin this down to the side of the bag. So let me do that now. Okay, so now I've actually got those flaps pinned down to the side of the bag, and it does create a much more streamlined aesthetic. If you're using this as a purse and you don't need that extra space that you get when you have the dog ears out, you can actually pin those right down, and then you have more of a bowler style bag that doesn't come up. Just know you can't really use your messenger strap when you have it this way. This is going to be more for when you're using it just in the crook of your elbow or over the shoulder with the tote straps. This bag will fit underneath the seat in front of you on an airplane, so I do think that it'll make a really nice carry-on bag. And because it's leather, you're not going to have to worry too much about it getting damaged or dirty. You can clean it right up, and it's just going to get prettier with time. If you're using this as a diaper bag, this one actually does have really, really great bottle pockets, and that seems to be hard to find in full leather bags. Now, these can be tricky to get in at first because of that silicone sleeve, but once it's in there, it fits in there really great, and it actually looks pretty nice on the side of the bag. It doesn't stick out too far. This top part of the bag actually kind of folds over it and makes it not look so obvious. You can also fit replay sippy cups in here, no problem as well. So I find it to be a really, really nice bottle pocket system on this bag. And my favorite thing about it, to be honest with you, is that it is a magnetic closure bottle pocket. So you can hear. That means that if you don't have anything in the bottle pockets, those pockets stay nice and close to the front of the bag, and they don't stick out the way that an elastic bottle pocket would. But despite all that, you still get the convenience of an elastic pocket that just stretches right out and lets your bottles go right into it, which is fantastic. So this is a bag that I believe is highly, highly versatile for a lot of reasons. It works great as a diaper bag because it does have insulated bottle pockets, fully accessible bottle pockets on the outside, which is a big plus. It can go tote style and messenger strap style, which all of us moms know it's good to have some choices when you're chasing children around. It's also gonna work great for travel. It's just one of those bags that's probably gonna be a decent investment for you because I think you will find so much use for it during the diaper bag years and after. So next, let me empty this bag out and we'll start talking about the structure. This isn't a packing video, but since I already have this packed up and before I empty it, I'll just give you a little peek into everything that I had in here this weekend. You can fit a ton of stuff, and I really, really love that about this bag. And in fact, I'll just bring everything out one at a time here so you can see. Had a formula container, replay snack stack, Smart Bottom sweat bag, medium set piece by Jujube, a 22-ounce water bottle for myself, a 8-ounce bottle for my daughter, an applesauce pouch that I didn't know was in there, 3 diapers for my son, 3 diapers for my daughter, a Y pouch, and toys, medicine, my own pill case, thermometer, and various other medical needs here. And that bag is not even remotely close to being full. That's just everything that happened to be in there left over from this weekend. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about structure. This bag has a really long zipper front pocket that goes all the way across the front. It is nice and deep. Like right now I have a small set piece in there. I have a pin in here, and this was where I was keeping a teasing comb and lip gloss and all those things. It is a very deep pocket, and it's actually very, very roomy. Now, when you have the bag filled up really full, it will eat into this pocket a little bit, so that is something to consider as you're packing the inside of the bag. But so far, I've really not had a hard time being able to fit everything that I need inside of that front pocket. Back here, I did show you before that we have this piece that can go over your handle on your rollerboard, but what's pretty cool is if you leave this bottom zipper zipped up, this just creates another pocket. So this is where I like to keep my change pad. As you can see with that zipper done down at the bottom, it just creates a nice little space for anything you might want to pack. Now there's one more bit of external structure to this bag, and to be honest with you, I've not really figured out what I will be using this for. It feels like this is kind of a different material than what's on the rest of the bag. And I need to find out exactly what this is for, but this to me feels like a great place to put soiled clothes or a wet bag of sorts, because this feels like a little bit more sturdy, more waterproof material. So that is just a little bit of extra space that does not connect to the inside front pocket, I don't believe. No. So just a total extra pocket right here on the front. Moving on to the internal structure of the bag. As you can see, we've got one very long zip pocket across the very front. We have 2 insulated bottle pockets on either side, 2 stretchy pockets on the back side of the bag, and one very long compartment on the other side. This very long compartment here on the front has a snap closure, and what I think is so cool about that is you can either turn this into one very long pocket, or you can snap it and turn it into 2 smaller pockets. As an example, when I undo that snap, I can actually fit my MacBook Air in there, and it sits in its own little compartment. It's not touching anything else in my bag, and I feel like I have a nice, safe, secure little spot for storing my laptop. However, when I have this snapped, I now have 2 smaller compartments, and in these compartments I'm able to fit either 2 medium set pieces in one pouch or 1 large set piece in the other pouch. You can put diapers in here, a big case of wipes, and it fits really, really well in those 2 pockets. Much like the KeriKit Thea, the rest of the bag is just an open, cavernous, empty space on the inside, and I really like that. I like a blend of structured and not structured, so I want lots of places to store things where they are really easily accessible in the internal structure of the bag, but I also want some free play space, if you will, like just an area where I can toss things if I need to, and I think that this bag is really great for that. So if you're the kind of person who loves the Lily Jade bags with the beautiful leather and the great design, but you don't love the insert, like me, you might prefer a bag like this because you don't have that insert to deal with and you do have all of that extra internal structure. Now, let's go ahead and talk about expense. This is the most expensive bag by KeriKit. It is $395 retail. It is a very expensive bag. It's still pretty much in the range of prices that you'd be looking at with Lily Jade, so I do think it's competitive pricing. I personally think that this bag in particular, we can argue about which bags might be better or worse from Lily Jade's line versus KeriKit, but this one I honestly believe is just a better buy than Lily Jade. And in fact, let me get my Lily Jade Megan so you can take a look. This is my Lily Jade Megan. That is only about $20 less than this one, retail pricing. It's a beautiful bag and I love it a whole lot. But there are also things about this bag that I don't think I will continue to love and use after I'm out of the diaper bag stage. I like this bag for travel. I know that I'll use it for that, but I do not see myself ever using this as a purse for myself just because it is so tall. And plus, while being backpack mode capable is a really nice touch when I'm using this as a diaper bag, I don't think I'm gonna love having these D-rings on the bottom if I'm trying to use this as a purse because it just takes away from the aesthetic overall. Again, not here to slam Lily Jade. You guys know I love my Lily Jade Megan. But I definitely think if you're looking for that investment, if you can only buy one leather diaper bag that is not a dedicated backpack style bag, I will say that I think you're spending better money on the Thea Weekender than the Megan. This is gonna work for travel, going on weekend trips, as a car bag. There's just so much utility in this bag that I think will make it a lifelong purchase that I think you'll end up not regretting. That being said, this is a lot of money for a diaper bag, and so I really think you should not just listen to my review, but also just really keep watching videos about it. Just really marinate on it before you decide to buy this bag, because that is a big expense. Okay, so now we can move on to the very last aspect of the F.U.S.E.D method, and that is durability. I really don't know what else to say about durability when you talk about leather. It's gonna be the ultimate in durable. It's leather. Aside from it getting a few scratches on it, which can happen, this bag is going to really hold its value over time. I have scraped this against the side of my car and gotten dirt all over it, and it wiped right off with a wet rag. I have scratched it and was able to buff it right out. It's going to stay looking nice for a very long time because it is leather. Like I mentioned in my KeriKit Thea video, the hardware on these bags is so nice. It's scratch resistant, I feel. It's just a thicker, hardier metal that I think is going to be much less likely to scratch. And the other thing that I like about this, compared to some diaper bag lines who have a panel logo here, so like either Lily Jade or Jujube, they tend to have a very long piece of metal here that gets scratched up so easily. The KeriKit emblem is just not going to scratch up as well because it's not a flat surface, and even if it does scratch, it's going to be less noticeable. The bag does have nice feet on the bottom. It's actually got 5 feet, which I think is a nice touch. It's just one more touch point for keeping the bag off of the ground, which is fantastic. So that's everything from the F.U.S.E.D method. What I want to do really quickly is show you a couple of different size comparisons that I got requests for on Instagram and on Facebook, just to get you an idea of what this bag's size is like compared to a bag that you might already know. This is my Weekender bag by Jujube. This is from their Ever collection. It's vegan leather, not real leather. And here these two are side by side, and as you can see, they're almost identical. The Jujube is just a little bit taller, but then again, if you had messenger straps on this one and raised it up, this would be right at the same height. They're even similar in terms of their size horizontally. It looks like maybe the KeriKit is a little bit thicker than the Jujube, but that could be because this Jujube bag is tipping in a little bit. Very close, very close in size. Take a look at the back. They both got kind of similar structure to them. They both got this long zipper across the back. The big difference for me is that the KeriKit Thea does have external bottle pockets, whereas the Jujube Weekender does not. The plus about the Jujube Weekender is that it does have this nice mommy pocket that doesn't get eaten into when the rest of the bag is full, whereas with this one you are going to lose some space in your mommy pocket as you fill up the rest of the bag. The Jujube Weekender is a kind of new bag style, so you might not all be as familiar instinctively with how big that bag is. So let me compare this to a Be Prepared instead. I know most of you kind of have an idea of the size of the Be Prepared and how it fits on you. So here's the Jujube Be Prepared, and as you can see, much bigger. You can see the Thea is a lot smaller in terms of height, and it's also quite a bit smaller in terms of bulkiness as well. So if the Be Prepared is a little bit too big for you, but you find that the next size down, like maybe the Jujube BFF, is too small, this is going to be a nice middle of the road size bag for you because it is much bigger than most tote style bags, but it's not as big and bulky as something like a Be Prepared. All right guys, so that's it for this edition of 5 Ways Wednesday. I hope this overview was helpful for you and helped you decide if this is the kind of bag that is right for you. We do have these for sale at thesensiblemama.com as well as the full KeriKit line. So if you want to check those out, just go to the link down below. Love ya, mean it, always, mwah, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.